If you guys know, Dexter is my favorite TV show of all time. Apparently there was an IRL copycat version of his killings. Actually very curious to watch this, so we'll see.
As old as time, that sometimes has malevolent consequences, namely the phenomenon of copycat killers, individuals who base their crimes on acts of violence already committed by another person, real or fictional. Today on Scream to Screen, we analyze the real-life tragedy behind Mark Andrew Twitchell. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Graveyard Shift for all things horror, and drop a comment to let us know what sinister subjects you want to learn about next. Dexter Morgan is the sociopathic protagonist of the Darling Dexter book series, written by Jeff Lindsay, as well as the television series Dexter, starring Michael C. Hall. In both the novels and TV series, Dexter is a forensic blood splatter analyst who works for the fictitious Miami Metro Police Department and holds a dark secret. In his spare time, he is a vigilante serial killer who targets other murderers who have evaded the justice system. He follows a code of ethics taught to him in childhood by his adopted father, Harry, which is referred to as the Code of Harry, or simply just the Code, and hinges on two principles. Dexter can only kill people after finding conclusive evidence that they are guilty of murder, and he must not get caught. For the vast majority of his murders, Dexter incapacitates his victims by injecting them with an anesthetic, rendering them temporarily unconscious, where he takes them to his private killing site. When the victims awaken, they are bound to a metal table with plastic wrap before Dexter kills them using various methods. In the books, he's known to torture his victims with various sharp knives, but in the show prefers to use more immediate methods of delivery to the great beyond. Dexter ultimately stows his victims in black heavy-duty trash bags.
Wait, imagine this guy copied it down to the fucking T, bro. Wait, what the fuck? I want to see you bite the food? What
and
the hell?
Disposes of the evidence.
Oh, it's amazing. SM Mile. I swear to God. The new season, Dexter Resurrection, is absolutely amazing, bro.
Dropping the blood-soaked bags offshore to be dispersed into the Gulf Stream.
This is Pod 5, the first fully immersive sleep system. Intelligent.
Hey, shouts to this company. Shouts to this company. I literally DM'd them saying need, and they sent me this fucking bed. I love you guys. I love them.
Mark Andrew Twitchell was a Canadian filmmaker convicted of first-degree murder of Johnny Brian Altinger in 2011. His trial attracted particular media attention as it became apparent that the murderer idolized Dexter Morgan. Wanting to reenact the life of Dexter, Twitchell had adopted his persona on Facebook and made a movie that was similar to how the sociopathic anti-hero operates on the Showtime series. After writing a script for a Dexter
leftover Olive Garden,
Twitchell began posing as women online, interested in having an affair with married men. In October 2008, Johnny Altinger unknowingly interacted with Twitchell on the dating website, Plenty of Fish. On October 10th, Altinger informed his friends of his plans to meet a woman he had been chatting with online, only to discover, much too late, that Twitchell had been catfishing him in order to lure him into a setup in his garage, complete with Dexter's infamous metal table. Twitchell then proceeded to take Altinger's life, and then attempted to get rid of the remains via a nearby storm sewer. Following his disappearance, Altinger's friends grew suspicious and concerned after receiving emails in which Altinger claimed that his date had taken him on an extended vacation to Costa Rica. This was an immediate red flag, as the email did not read in Altinger's usual tone, and his friends all knew he doesn't like hot weather. After his employer received a cryptic email detailing his resignation, Johnny's friends broke into his condo, where they found his passport, dirty dishes, and no indication that he had packed for a trip. They reported their concerns to the Edmonton Police Service, and a homicide investigation was soon launched. Although Twitchell was not initially a suspect, he related an improbable account to police of having met Altinger before his trip to Costa Rica. According to Twitchell, Altinger sold his car to him for $40, claiming to not need it anymore now that he'd be on holiday for a while. Not believing his story, officers searched Twitchell's home and found a plethora of science fiction memorabilia and film posters. They also found books about forensic science, serial killers, and a guide to Costa Rica, along with a pile of blank postcards and a black hockey mask with gold stripes, which appeared to have blood on it. Once authorities impounded Twitchell's laptop and car, they uncovered a military knife stained with Altinger's blood and blood-soaked carpet in the vehicle's trunk. Investigators also found dozens of post-it notes with cryptic messages scrawled on them like, "Kill room, clean sweep." Twitchell was arrested on October 31st, 2008.
What?
And charged with the first-degree murder of
When did Dexter even drop? That's like the first year. He got inspired right away. Release date. Oh, 06. Okay, so 2 years into it, he got inspired. He's like, fuck it. I'm running this shit. That's nuts.
Johnny Altinger the same day.
Yeah, oh God, he nothing like Dexter, bro. Don't try to copy the fucking GOAT. He don't get caught, you bitch. Stay caught. Hey, what's up, streamer Coin? How you doing, brother?
The key piece of evidence presented by the Crown at Twitchell's murder trial was a document entitled SK Confessions, or Serial Killer Confessions. The document, which had been recovered from Twitchell's laptop despite having been deleted, began with the passage, "This story is based on true events. The names and events were altered slightly to protect the guilty. This is the story of my progression into becoming a serial killer." SK Confessions presented an account of its narrator's planning, failed first attempt, and successful second attempt to lure a man into his garage and murder him, using fake online dating profiles as bait. It went on to describe the process of dismembering the body and attempts to dispose of the remains. The document read that the killer wanted to target married men who were cheating on their spouses, but he feared that they'd be missed. Instead, he decided to focus his killing on middle-aged single men. It outlined what the killer would wear when he murdered the men: a black hockey mask painted with gold stripes and a black hooded jumper, and told of how he would murder his victims in a kill room on a metal table, just like Dexter. The journal also wrote about another target who had managed to escape from the killer a week before the second murder. The document said that the man arrived at the garage and was attacked with a stun gun but didn't go down. Instead, he fought his attacker and got away in his car. Police didn't believe Johnny was the first person to visit the garage and held a press conference announcing Twitchell's arrest, presenting the black and gold hockey mask and urging other victims to come forward. 2 days later, Giles Treacherold contacted authorities, revealing he was the first man to be attacked in the garage a week later before Johnny Altinger's death. He was embarrassed to report his assault as he was a married man, but he knew that he had to come forward after Johnny's death was linked to the mask. Treacherold testified that he was lured using the website Plenty of Fish, expecting a date with a young woman named Sheena, only to be attacked by a man in a hockey mask with a stun baton when he arrived at the garage in Edmonton rented by Twitchell. After a violent struggle, Treacherold escaped, but did not report the attack to police. Giles Treacherold's testimony earned him the nickname "The One Who Got Away" by several media outlets, and went on to write a book of the same title, detailing his account and close call with Mark Twitchell. During the trial, Twitchell's strong interest in the Dexter series kept coming up, and his personal identification with the lead character, Dexter Morgan, prompted several media outlets to refer to him as the Dexter Killer. On the stand, Twitchell admitted to killing Altinger and authoring the document, citing self-defense. He claimed the attacks were part of a PR stunt meant to cause a buzz around the new movie, and that all the victims were supposed to escape, but Johnny had fought back, resulting in Twitchell accidentally killing him. He went on to describe the document as fiction based on fact, as if he had planned Altinger's death deliberately in order to craft a compelling story. Unsurprisingly, the jury didn't buy this fabricated account, and after just 5 hours of deliberation, Mark Twitchell was found guilty on first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 25 years. In December 2021, Michael C. Hall stated in an interview on the Canadian radio show Q that he did not think Dexter supported the lifestyle of serial killers. When the subject of Twitchell came up, the actor became horrified that his breakout role could have something to do with...
I was actually going to think that. I wonder what Michael C. Hall thinks about all that. Like, even though it's not his fault at all, like, brother, you're playing a fucking actor, you're getting paid to fucking, you know, play a character in a TV show. People are fucking crazy, bro. People are actually batshit fucking crazy, and they go and copy that type of shit. Yeah, I wonder how he felt about that. Probably fucking surreal, insane, but it's obviously not his fault anyway, shape, or form.
Someone's murder. Mark Andrew Twitchell was not the only fan to take his infatuation with Dexter Morgan to macabre heights. In 2009, 17-year-old Rising Sun resident Andrew Conley, who claimed to identify with the murderous vigilante, strangled his 10-year-old brother to death, citing his love for the Showtime series as an inspiration. In an affidavit filed on Ohio County Court,
Hey, Streamer Coin! Hey, Streamer Coin with a fucking 20 gifted, my guy! Hey, I love you, Streamer Coin. Thank you for the 20, my boy.
After killing
Appreciate
his brother,
you, fam.
Conley put a plastic
Following
bag
since
over
5
the
minutes
young
ago
boy's
and
head,
drops a fucking...
mimicking a
I
practice
love you,
that
brother.
Dexter
I love
ritually
you, my guy.
commits to dispose of his victims. Conley pleaded
5
guilty
minutes
to the
in and he
murder
gives
of
a
his young
20?
brother,
That's got to be a
Conley,
first, right?
on Ohio Circuit
Actually, no,
Court in
Subgraph was
2010.
giving out subs.
The
Didn't
now
even fucking follow me.
29-year-old is currently serving a life sentence without parole with the
Yeah, it's all
Indiana
the same.
Department
See
of
that?
Corrections.
At the end of the day, it's up to the people to buy it or not, you know?
Copycat killings are murders committed in a way that is already established by previous murder committed by someone else. Some credit the year 1912 with the birth of this class of killer, with intense
Said, "Get your
media
bag,
coverage
King."
of the Jack the Ripper murders, spawning a multitude
I'm
of
just saying, it's
similar
like the same
crimes
thing,
and
really.
coined the term copycat effect. Modern criminologists have long been aware of the potential for media exposure to lead to copycat killings. As the media has grown, other forms of entertainment, especially movies, television series, and video games, have come under fire for allegedly leading to copycats-based crimes on what they see on the screen. Outside of Dexter, Jack the Ripper may be the most notorious killer to inspire protégés, spawning dozens of copycat killers over the last century.
Wait, that's Jack the Ripper? I've always known that name. I just don't know what he looks like. Is that him? Is that Buddy right
Derek
there?
Brown, who murdered 2 women that he picked up from the same location in
What's up,
East
Nacho
London,
Boomin'?
where the Ripper carried out his murders over 120
How we doing, brother?
years prior. Other famous copycats include Eddie Seta, who echoed the Zodiac Killer in the late 1980s, and Benjamin Darras and Sarah Edmondson, a teenage couple who went on a killing spree the day after watching the film Natural Born Killers, while under the influence of LSD. So, there you have it. The story of Dexter Morgan and the not one, but 2 copycat killers who became influenced by his fictitious work, along with some other notable copycats. Who are some other fictional characters that inspired real-life crimes? Do you know any copycats who became more infamous than their predecessors? What do you think causes an otherwise mentally sound person to commit such
Jim McCoy,
heinous
David, a
crimes
gifted
based
again,
off
my
what they see
guy.
on TV? And, as always,
Oh, that's
don't
nice
forget
of you,
to
bro.
like and subscribe to Graveyard Shift for
That was
even
a really
more
good
macabre
video.